Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this podcast that we don't have a name for. I am Mickey. I'm going to be the host. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm going to introduce you to the other members here.
Hi there, I'm Bebsey. I float around on the internet, usually broadcast on Twitch what's the word I want to use? Sparsely, I guess, at the moment. And I guess over to Gary.
Well, I'm Gary. I'm a film and television studies student from London, and I game like hell, and I make really, really pointless and stupid films online and put them on YouTube to be judged harshly. And
judge them harshly, I do.
Hold on. You said welcome back. Welcome back to the first ever show.
Oh, no. There was 2 episodes of this done before, about a year ago. So there was 2 episodes.
So there's some guy, like, with a beard grown waiting for part 3. He's all, oh god, it's finally arrived.
I'm that guy. So, I waited 3 years to make it. I'm that guy.
And you made it.
Yes. So first off, then, we're going to basically talk about what games we're all currently playing. Until recently, I had actually completely gone off Minecraft for about the last 6 months. I haven't touched it, but about a week ago I started playing again, and actually started let's playing it again, not to mention just normal playing it. And I'm enjoying it again so far, and I just hope that it lasts a long time before I get burnt out again, because that really, really sucked.
That's one of those games, isn't it?
What?
It just does one of those games, though. Says you play it and play like 40 hours, and then you're still right. I've made my giant flaming castle off the coast, and you're still.
well, yes. I'm trying to think what really else I've been playing. Pokemon. Which one did I buy? Pokemon X. That's the one. I've finished Pokemon X and got almost all the Pokemon that are actually currently available in it. So, yeah, I've had not much social life for like the last month or so. Bebsey, what have you been playing most recently?
Well, I have to say Minecraft as well. But like yourself, I did take a break for a while, mostly because the server that we played on, we melted it down for like the 6th time, and he just couldn't be bothered to rebuild it. So we were homeless for a while, and about 2 months, he put up a Feed the Beast server. So we've kind of reinvigorated our interest in it, and we're trying to learn how to play that game. Although I'd still play it like it's vanilla. So everyone's got these massive machines and lasers and orbital cannons, and there's me that says, I can make half slabs out of chisel. Yeah. So I've been playing that most of the time, but I also my pre-order of Batman Arkham Origins arrived just last week. Like 3 weeks after it released, and it didn't have the pre-order DLC that I was promised that would come with it. So that was slightly disappointing. Otherwise, I've been delving into my Steam archives and pulling out older games like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, Deadly Premonition. The director's cut came out.
How is that? I've always wanted to try that, but never have.
It's one piece game.
I bought it for Xbox and played it for 10 minutes. I thought, oh, never went back to it. But PC, it's right there and ready to go. I've also re-bought the director's cut of Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Brilliant.
Because I guess with all the discounts, because I owned it already, it only cost me $5.
Nice.
And I thought, yeah, sure, why not? And I also picked up Gone Home because it was on sale. That was kind of short and actually quite deep and moving in a way, and because out of no reason at all, I've also started up Game Dev Tycoon again.
Oh yes, brilliant.
It's just so colourful and cheerful, and you can name games after parodies and just goof around as much as you want, and it's endless fun.
I hate both of you equally.
But like bubbles get to come out of your head in that game. It's so much fun.
Oh, the bubbles pop. It's like, yeah.
It's not that there's. I don't even have a like. Because I'm over here and I don't even have like a proper console with me. So it's like I left my Game Boy Advance back home because I was all right. I'm a third year. I have to study, and I have a at the moment I'm using my girlfriend's laptop, which is a Mac, and Mac and PC gaming is the worst thing in the world. You download 1,000 games on Steam, so we can play one of these games. It doesn't work.
And then you play it, and it's like, this is not smooth. What is? What is?
It's like 4 frames a second, just playing like an old SNES game. It's like screen tear the butt. But not. Like I said, I'm looking forward to Christmas because I go home Christmas, sit down, blow dust off my Xbox, stick on Grand Theft Auto 5, and then just love the dream for like 5 days straight.
You can come home and see me at Christmas, Gary.
Wow.
Okay.
I was waiting for Grand Theft 5 for a while, and I keep waiting for them to announce it's coming to PC and like, oh yeah, in 6-7 months it's PC. But I just caved in and bought it for the PlayStation because you have to play it. You could wait, but then it's like a year that you're not playing Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's one of those things that you have to play, and I need to get back to it sometime. But Minecraft.
Unpopular opinions time. I don't like Grand Theft Auto.
That's okay.
See, Bebsey's so nice and accepting, and like Gary wants to stab me in the face.
Apples, you don't want to mother. That's all. It's your only problem.
I mean,
You don't like. Have you played it? How long have you played it?
GTA 5? 0, because it's the franchise itself that I'm not into. I didn't play GTA 4 at all. And
Well, GTA 4 was crap, that's why.
I played San Andreas, and I would just kind of spawn on a pile of weapons, shoot some prostitutes, get bored and turn the game off, and then go play something that had a good story. So
San Andreas had a great story. San Andreas had a nice character who went from just being a common street baller to being owning like a good portion of the city and becoming like not respectable but like powerful.
Well, to each their own, I say.
That's not fun. To each their own. Fuck that shit.
Yes.
Well,
Your opinion is wrong, and here's why. Like it.
Well, in parallel to that, you got the Saints Row series, where it started off wouldn't say trying to compete with GTA, but it was a similar style game. And then for number 2, they went slightly more wacky. For number 3, they went crazy, and 4, it just knocked out the park. So there's some people that will like GTA because of GTA. There's some people like Saints Row because it's different from GTA. Have you tried any of the Saints Row games?
I tried Saints Row the Third when I got it in the THQ bundle, and I hated that also.
Okay, well maybe it's just that particular style of game that's not your thing. But
Very possibly.
Enjoy fun. Yeah. It's like, oh, this is enjoyable. I hate it. Get out of my console.
But like, why would I want to why would I want to run around and just like hit people in the face with baseball bats when I could play Dragon Age Origins? You know.
Right, Dragon Age. That's alright. As long as I thought you were going to say Dragon Age 2 there, and I was going to reach through the computer and beat you senseless.
No, Dragon Age 2, okay, in comparison to Origins, wasn't a good game, but on its own.
In comparison to never playing a game in your life, it wasn't a game. It was dreadful. It was like, have you ever read a book? Well, here is a game version of a book that wasn't very interesting to begin with. Here, go read that, and it was dreadful. It was like, it was like Star Wars Episode 1 all ringing.
Well, again, unpopular opinions time. The Phantom Menace is my favourite Star Wars movie because Darth Maul.
Wow.
Am I going to get lynched after this? Is that what happens now?
I can kind of forgive that because it's voiced by Peter Serafinowicz. So,
right, maybe you could get away with that, like because Darth Maul was badass, like, and it had some cool fights, but it was like
Misa Jar Jar Binks.
no, it was the fact that 90% of the film was dull. It's like racism and politics. It's like if I want to watch a racist politics show, I'd just sit on YouTube for half an hour or go to 4chan. It's like there was no, especially after such a strong trilogy. It's like a trilogy that was just the trilogy, and you're just like, oh my god, this is great. And then Star Wars Episode 1 was like dull, good fight, a boring race that they probably wanted to make a game out of. That's why they put it on, and then it ended. And you're just like, what happened? I remember just getting up and being all, the fuck did I just watch? What the fuck was this? Why? What happened?
Because Misa Jar Jar Banks.
Well, before we went to see the third one, I got bored. I looked up the quotes on IMDb for some of the lines in the second and third movies, and I was just reading them out to my housemates, and we were just bent over laughing at some of the things that was going to come up, and thought, oh, this is going to be silly. We went to watch the movie and was like, it wasn't terrible. So
I like the third one, or the
third-
second trilogy was the best.
yeah,
Well,
the
it was
third
not
one
the
is definitely the best out of the three.
Yeah, Attack of the Clones was shit. Apart from the one fight in like the Coliseum place, apart from that, Attack of the
Even
Clones
that
was
was
shit.
like the fight from like the Phantom Menace was far better than that. Like, I mean, fucking Schindler's List getting cut in half. I was just like, whoa.
Spoiler alert, by the way. But they brought out a whole bunch of.
Twice? How could you not know? If you haven't seen the Phantom Menace, I'm sorry, but you should watch it in the last decade.
Again, I think the spoiler bubble's over for that movie. I think.
I don't know, but they whole brought a bunch of games out on the franchise as well, like the pod racing games,
Yeah.
and there's the other ones, and I think only one of them was any good, and that was one of the pod racing games. People said, "Oh, this game's actually pretty alright," but the rest can just burn in hell with Jar Jar.
There was a following, I think it was for the first one, for the PS1. They had like a Phantom Menace game for the PS1.
It was so good.
It was amazing. It was brilliant. I snapped it in half because I got frustrated at one part that like was literally really bad.
I have it in my hand right now. Take back the Theed Palace and Fast and Furious lightsaber assaults. You have the power of the Force and your trusty Jedi saber. Jesus Christ. As you ward off legions of battle droids, destroyer droids, assassins, and other creatures from the Star Wars Episode 1 worlds.
That one was good. It started off like the fun. You were like in the room,
Yeah.
and then you just got attacked by like the robots. You were just like, oh shit! You run like the hole. Then you got them stupid, the ones that like kind of roll. The attack droids that like roll,
Yeah.
and they have shield around them, and you just can't kill them. Bastards. Those guys.
They really are.
I bought Lego Star Wars for the PlayStation 3 on budget because it was on one of the shelves in the store. I was like, oh, Lego Star Wars. I heard that's good. That's fun as well. And I know they've done everything now. They've done Lego Star Wars, Lego Batman, Lego Marvel, Lego
Harry
Police, Lego Harry Potter. And it's like awesome. Just you want a franchise, just give it Lego, and suddenly you win. You make bank, and away you go.
I mean, the Lego franchise is something that like I have a very love-hate relationship with, basically because every game that comes out in that I want it, but I also want to let's play them, so it takes me a very long time to get through them. I think I'm still only like 7 episodes deep in the Lego Lord of the Rings, and I have the 7 Harry Potter ones sitting there, and I'm like, I can't launch you. I'm not ready yet. God knows when that'll be.
I don't know. I actually physically like Lego. I enjoy playing with Lego, and I'm kind of having for some reason I'm regretting the fact that just fucking boxing already mixed up, which is probably the reason why a lot of people enjoy Minecraft for that whole look I can bullshit. But like, I don't know, the Lego games kind of just like I would like to get into them, but at the same time, I never ever want to play any of them ever.
Well, I mean, I think it was around when they brought out Lego Lord of the Rings, before they brought out the Harry Potter ones and the Batman ones and stuff. They completely changed how they were making the games, and they actually like gave the characters voices and shit.
Yeah, that's only recently though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's like the
the
last
Lego
two
Lord of
games.
the Rings game. Well, there was Lord of the Rings, there was Batman, there was the 7 Harry Potter ones. I'm nearly sure they re-released the Star Wars ones. I'm not certain though. But it really improved it, and what they did was basically they took like exact cutscenes from the movie and audio from the movies and made them out of Lego, but they would change one thing in every cutscene, and without fail it made me laugh out loud every cutscene. And if a game can make me laugh as opposed to fall asleep, I think that's also a good sign.
What games
Yeah,
are you playing that you fall asleep? Holy shit.
I fell asleep playing Heroes of Might and Magic 5 about 3 days ago.
Heroes of as in the top down ad. Here's
Yes.
are you
I mean, I was thoroughly enjoying it, but I fell asleep.
No, you see, the last one I played was 4.
5's the only one I've played. I remember I played one years ago on the PlayStation and loved it, but haven't been able to find it anywhere since because I can't remember what it's called, and there's so many of them.
It's the one where you had to find the staff, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that was fucking dreadful.
It was
Dreadful.
oh,
it was like Heroes of Might and Magic 3 with like they cleaned it up a bit so it kind of looked 3D. You know, that kind of shitty 3D that was coming out at the time. It was it was round, but it looked like everything was made out of vomit and.
But like hashtag nostalgia goggles.
Well, you're probably thinking that because you haven't played it in years. You go back to me, oh my god, this is horrendous.
Most likely.
It was Danny Tire, like.
I think I've got one of those games free with a graphics card, and even then, I just couldn't bring myself to even try and like it. It's like, nope, done.
I mean, this isn't really something we brought up in the pre-podcast structure, but favorite games from your childhood, like maybe even your top 3 in no specific order. I'll go last for this one.
I'll go first. There's one of my games from my childhood that I was playing before I came here on my PS2. Did you ever play a game called Dark Cloud?
No.
It was like a PS2
yes.
launch title. It was what did they call it? It was basically a Zelda clone for Sony because Zelda was going so well. He's kind of made like a dungeon crawler thing, and it was by far one of the best games you'll ever play.
I'd argue that Dark Cloud 2, otherwise known as Dark Chronicle, is perhaps better than that. I don't know if you played the sequel.
I have both of them, yeah.
Okay. Because I really enjoyed Dark Cloud 2.
You see, the thing I loved about Dark Cloud was actually the way you got the Atma. It was like the kind of pieces of the town, and then you had to build the town up because you would collect all stuff, and you would build the town, and you go on and get the stuff from them, and then you had to like arrange the town so everybody would be happy. It was like
some of it was mandatory, wasn't it? Like you had to get a town happy to then get a certain item or NPC to then move on with the story.
Yeah, I think it was you had to. I saw something like that. You had to build a certain character, so that the character would like give you a potion or a key or something stupid like that.
Yeah, and
then you would end up being able to get the level. It was a weird game. It was like the second playable character was like your house cat who for some reason turned out to be like a small chick, like a chick cat. You're just like, what?
Did the Japanese make this?
So now,
well, that's why then.
Level 5, I think, made it.
Yeah, well, they at least made the sequel. I think they made the first one as well.
They made the first one as well, aye. But that's it. Let's see, what else have I got? Persona 3.
Good game, yeah.
Good game, really good. I was playing again one of the games because I'm getting back into like PS1 and 2 games because I used to collect them like crazily, and like I was playing Persona 3 because a friend of mine told me, he said you should get it because it's really good, and I got it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was stupid to start with because it was like, oh my god, this story is so stereotype 90s anime. It's like, oh, this guy at school, oh, this happens. It's like a paint by numbers Japanese anime. Like you knew what to expect, but at the same time, it was so much fun. The gameplay was great. The story it got better. Like, and let's see, my final game that I really enjoyed was did you ever play Jade Cocoon?
Jade what?
Jade Cocoon.
No.
You never played Jade Cocoon? Jade Cocoon was brilliant. Jade Cocoon 2 was the best. It was like a Pokemon kind of game, except you were involved in the battle and you had to like mate and like make all these different monsters and you had to fight. And the monsters would get stronger as they leveled up, but they would all have like traits like fire and it was good. I'm really selling it short here, but it was a great game. It was brilliant.
I mean, I kind of suffer from that same thing myself, where there's something I'll think that is absolutely fucking amazing, but I'll do such a bad job describing it to someone else that they won't check it out.
That's my problem. I'll just go, oh, you should see this film. This happens, and that happens, and they're all, sounds horrible. And I was all,
exactly.
I know it sounds horrible. I'm really making it sound like Holocaust here, but it's okay. So watch it. You should really go see it.
what can be a problem sometimes is trying to like avoid giving them details or spoilers or key parts that make it interesting, and you don't want to spoil it for them. So you leave off certain details which might have sold it, and then they go, "Oh yeah, but then they get this bit here, and it's really really good. What happens? Can't tell you." But what I just no, I just have to play it. I don't want to.
But it sounds so shit until then. I don't
Yeah.
want to touch it. So, but no, it gets good. It's like I was trying to explain this to a friend of mine. You know the fucking story to Final Fantasy X. Like he was all, why is it so good? And I started telling him, and I got to the bit where Orin. Well, we're definitely just spoiling everything, aren't we? When anyway, we get to the bit where Orin tells Titus that Sun is Rulei's father.
Dun,
And I was
dun.
I was telling one of my mates, like, it was a while ago, and he was just all, oh, that sounds cool. And I was all, no, it's great. Go play it. So that sounds kind of cool. And I was all, no, shut up, go play it, please. You're wrong. It doesn't sound cool. It's great. Go play it, please.
Hashtag unpopular opinions too.
Oh,
Is that going to be the name of the show?
It might be unpopular opinions. I think we found it, but I admitted this at Eurogamer to Gary, and like he almost attempted to get the crowd to turn on me.
oh, that's right.
I played about 20 minutes of Final Fantasy X and hated it and turned it off.
I
The last
got
great
to
Final Fantasy.
I got to the Blitzball and just went, I don't understand it, and then I put it down.
Blitzball was horrendous. Final Fantasy is a great story. It was like, at the time, the graphics were pretty cool. I played it recently again. It kind of it doesn't look that bad now, but like, no, Brennan had like the best, without a shadow of a doubt, the best leveling up system of any Final Fantasy game ever. The Sphere Grid was brilliant. No, just brilliant game, absolutely amazing.
I thought I bring up. I don't want to be over cliched when I bring up my list of like best games from my childhood, but I'm gonna have to say, well, I got a list actually. Coming back to Final Fantasy, in first place, it's Final Fantasy VII. Admittedly for the PC, because on the small island where I grew up from, there was like 2 game stores, and it was the only one that they had in. So I played Final Fantasy VII for the PC constantly. I love, and I went through the mistake of let's get into spoiler territory. I named some certain characters after people that I like, people that I knew.
Oh, that's messy.
And there's one particular female character you think, oh, no, and you name it after a girl that you like, and then the story progresses, and then you go, oh, I probably shouldn't have. Oh dear, I didn't see that coming. And so then but I've bought Final Fantasy VII like 3 times now.
I mean, I've seen the new PC version heavily discounted a few times, and thought about getting it, but again, I disliked X. So it's not even that I dislike X. I really wanted to like X, but I think I just kind of got lost and gave up, which is a really recurring theme with me in games.
I've watched your Minecraft thing. You're all, oh, I'll build this house. Ooh, there's a sheep. Oh my god, where am I? Darkness descends. You're in a cave with swords just at your wall at the back.
A lot of times when that happens, I either start a new series or give up and build a new house. That's happened more than once. So
dig a hole and pray for morning, just.
A lot of time I was in 7 because I finished all my exams and I was on my break, so it was like I'd just sit and play that all day. Grand Theft Auto 1, played that constantly. And to keep the list fairly short is, I will say, any point-and-click adventure game from LucasArts. Specifically Modern 1 and 2. But of course, Day of the Tentacle, always fantastic. Full Throttle, very, very good. Grim Fandango, I was going to say not point and click, but still one of the... still a phenomenal title, and one I keep hoping that they're going to bring back
do you know,
somewhere.
I played that game, because I got into gaming kind of late. Like, when I was, in primary school and all, I had a PS1, but I was playing, the Rugrats game and stuff like that.
That was such a good game, though.
It was such a good game. Look, it was a great game. But anyway, I got Grim Fandango when I was 18, and I had a shitty Dell computer, but the only thing I used it for was playing Age of Empires 2, so no, it could run. It was alright, but I got Grim Fandango. I think I got it for £1 in a second-hand shop, and like, oh man, hey, drinking Goldslinger, so the gold flakes would set off like the metal detector, and you're just like, this. It was such a bizarre point and click adventure. Like, it was brilliant.
I love the quirky, the whole idea behind it, the setting, the theme, the jokes, the design, and there's it was I think it was one of the games that really made me appreciate why I actually got my first graphics card. I think it was a Voodoo 2. There was that Final Fantasy 7 went for the boost, and Carmageddon, the original Carmageddon. That, as soon as I put in a graphics card for that, I was blown away. And even replaying it now, it's still something inside Carmageddon that's just full of, I don't want to say joy, because that might give the wrong impression and put me on some kind of flag list. But it's just so freeing, maybe? It could be nostalgia. It could just be the fact that these days these games have to have stories and cutscenes and deep moral choices, whereas that one just like there's some people.
Yeah.
And I've crowdfunded the Carmageddon. What's it? The reincarnation. The one they're working on now. So I've put in my crowdfunding money into the new Carmageddon, and I'm waiting on that to come out.
That's not really my forte at all, because like there's only two games that I don't like playing. It's racing games and fighting games. Not because I don't like them, it's because I am horrendous at both. I
never said I was good at it. I just enjoyed it.
No,
I mean, for racing games, it's very rare that I find one that I like, and it seems to be all racing games that I do like aren't just straight up racing games. Like, the two racing games I would happily sit down and play is Split Second Velocity, because you can get like missiles and shit and just wreck people, and Jack X, which I suppose is, it's racing, but again you wreck people, and the recent release of Twisted Metal on the PS3. I haven't played the PlayStation 2 version, the old one. But most games that involve driving, not really my thing, but those three, hell yes.
Optional driving's fun. Like the Burnout series have always been quite fun for me. I tend to try and find a game that I can play with the girlfriend, because she's very particular about what she likes, in that she likes nothing. But I managed to get her into, like, she likes the Persona games, which is fantastic. So, I put her in front of that, and I'm fine. I can go over here and play friggin' StarCraft for as long as I like.
I think that makes her a keeper.
Oh yeah,
and
but
I don't know. It's the Persona games. It's one of those games. It's too close to an anime to be considered like. Yeah. Maybe it's too animated, too Japanese anime to be all. Oh, this is a game. It's like a sum more than a game, because it's very.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You'll sit there and go, "Oh, I don't like this guy. He's a jerk," or "Oh, I don't like this guy. Oh, this is stupid." But just still play it, because the game itself is fun. But she generally. She hates everything, including popular movies and characters. It's like, I don't like that guy in that movie. You're not supposed to like him. He's the bad guy. Well, I don't like him.
Bebsey, is your girlfriend a little bit of a hipster? Is that what it is?
No.
Whoa.
No, it's quite the opposite. Quite the opposite.
Good then. Good.
I didn't realise I was going to boil down the insults here.
I asked a question. I didn't make an insult. I asked a question.
It was a question with a jab. I heard it. I heard the intentions behind that.
Fucking hipster.
Fucking hipster.
As far as nostalgia from old games goes, let's go very, very, very old, would be Toy Story on the Sega Genesis, or Sega Mega Drive 2, as the non-Japanese release was. I played that a lot. I've played that recently, actually. Embarrassingly recently.
This morning?
Like about 20 minutes ago. I'm playing it right now. Also, the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PlayStation 1. That game I've put probably... Oh God, I can't even remember. I have so many clear memories of rage quitting that as a child. There's a particular scene where you're in like the vaults of Gringotts on a cart and you have to direct that. I spent maybe like a whole day and a half beating that as a child. and I rebought the game recently and was like, fucking do this, and I beat it in like 6 hours. I was all, no. I remember this game taking me like years, you know what I mean? But I kind of powered through it. I don't know.
I was going to say, did you any of you ever play Tomb Raider 2?
Oh yes, I played all the. But actually, no, I didn't play Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness. I tried to play my housemates because he was like, I can't understand why it's not working. So I took over the controller and was like, no, I don't understand either. This game's complete arse. But other than that, I have all the Tomb Raider games, and I like them definitely,
really
for what they are. It used to be that my sister would like them as well, and she'd always ask to play them. So
my brother was like that. Me and him would usually play Mortal Kombat a lot. Mortal Kombat trilogy. Mortal Kombat's brilliant. Mortal Kombat trilogy was probably the best fighting game ever. Like, fuck all your competitive fighting shit and your taggins, just fuck off. Mortal Kombat trilogy is the best fighting game ever. Had the best characters, had an absolute plethora of finishing moves, and it was fun to play. And then, but me and him used to play it. I would always be Reptile, and he would be Sindel. And it was great. Just he would beat me all the time, and then I would try and kill him with a controller. It was great fun. But we used to play. I used to play Tomb Raider. Well, we did not together, and I would always come back, and he'd be visiting. But I'd come back, and he'd be playing Tomb Raider 2. And all he would be doing was getting Lara Croft to swan dive off the mansion level. All he just kept overdoing, just swan diving off the stairs and breaking her neck. And he would do that over and over again.
Wow.
That reminds me of the TV show Spaced, where it would show Tim playing Tomb Raider. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3, and he was just constantly drowning her. Saying, "Is that the point of the game?" He says, "Well, it depends what kind of mood you're in."
I mean, for the finish off the nostalgia stuff, this is a game probably I spent easily a few hundred hours on now. I think it's to be taken for granted. I'm not going to waste anyone's time saying Pokemon was the best game I've ever played, so I'm not going to mention that. I'll ignore Pokemon and mention something else. Dynasty Warriors 4 Empires
on
the PlayStation 2.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, that game seems to be like Marmite. I mean, either
it's not like Marmite. If Marmite, unless you replace Marmite with shit, then I could see
either
a comparison.
I mean, you either you spend like you love the game or you hate that game. I played a ridiculous amount of it. My brother played a ridiculous amount of it, and it's actually staring at me right now. I kind of want to play it tonight.
I've got one of those, which I think it's 6. I'm trying to look at my shelf right now, but it's behind everything. I think I've got Dynasty Warriors. I think it might be 6, but it's. I tried to play it when I first got it, and I was so confused about what was going on.
I mean, come Dynasty Warriors 6, they changed like the character designs and what weapons each character used and things, so I kind of stopped playing at that point. But I don't have Dynasty Warriors 1. It was on the PlayStation 1. I don't have that one, but I have all the others right through to 5, and. The one thing I didn't like what they did was they made 3 games for each game, if that makes any remote sense. They would have made Dynasty Warriors 4, Dynasty Warriors 4 Empires, and Dynasty Warriors 4 Extreme Legends, and they did that with all of them. And they made a Dynasty Warriors Tactics game, obviously. But that was annoying. The Empires ones were the best by far. But, I mean, the Empires one, there's nothing to not love about it. You choose your one region of the map, create your custom hero. Stop you clapping, you long-haired bastard. And then you take over everyone else, and you upgrade your army and your generals, and you get elephants and horses and shit. It was fucking fantastic. All right, Sniggers.
Fantastic. Hold the fucking phone here. You didn't use fantastic for Dynasty Warriors is like a fucking franchise that we could do this and we could do that, and the development team was all, hold on a minute. Fuck you, we're doing the exact same game again, and we're going to sell it at the exact same price that we sold the last one at. Here.
Well,
and
no,
if
we're going to insult Dynasty Warriors in that way, let's bring up every sports game ever.
I don't play sports games.
And either do I, but Dynasty Warriors at least had 6 different campaigns that all had different stories that followed different people.
All had the same path in between. So for the story to reach its outcome, you had to put a guy on a horse, kill as many people as you could, and go to the end and kill the boss. It's it almost has the same. It has the same like monotonous, mind-numbing structure of a football game.
No,
Take this ball, put it in that net, you win.
no, it's so
Congratulations.
good though. It's
Rinse and
so
repeat.
good though. Whenever they did add like more free moving ability in like 6, where you could actually jump off walls and you wouldn't be soft walled, and like you could take horses up steps. That was a big thing. If you were on a horse, you could not go up steps, and the other ones you just couldn't do it. Do you want a red, like the red circle with the line through it would come up? You're like, nope, you're not going up there on a horse. Get the fuck off and walk. But come that one, you could, and that was pretty fun, I guess. But
Innovation, hey, whoa.
but I mean, like, they did have actual storylines, like multiple storylines per game, as opposed to, take example, FIFA 14, and everyone's like, I have to get FIFA 14 because there's new teams. They could easily release that as a patch, like changing the lineup of a team. Like, it's so easily done. That doesn't need to be a retail release every year, but they do, and they have been doing for a long time. So
Of course, if Mulk sells, you don't start selling beer. Like, it's just, if it works, it works, and it's making them more than enough money for it to be a viable franchise, which
but
it does.
It shouldn't work though.
It does work. Football is one of the biggest sports in the UK. Of course, it's going to work.
But
Everyone.
it shouldn't.
Well, it's also, I'm not a psychologist. Like, I'm not going to start complaining about the masses fighting over copies of FIFA 2026. They will be. So, like, I don't know. A lot of people, like, I know a guy who has a no, he doesn't even have a console. He plays like FIFA on his laptop.
Right.
Him and his mate, and that's all they play. That's it. Really obsessed with football. Just mind-numbingly obsessed with football. But there's some people like that. That's their fucking bread and butter. A new football game come out, happy days, 19 hours, playing it straight, like.
No. But I mean, like, they don't get anything new though from playing the one they had already bought a year ago. Like, the experience doesn't change at all.
The problem is that's us saying it because we don't play FIFA. But obviously they've changed something because, like, my friend of mine's play it. I know a guy who plays it, and he's all, they've done this and they've done that, and the tackling makes more sense, and you can dive, and you do it. No, all stuff that just goes over my head, but I know it's different. Like, but that's the point. They do mix it up a bit for the people who like it, but for the people like us who are just all, can you shoot someone? I'm not going to play.
Well, I mean, I owned FIFA 2001 through 2007. Like, I had those, and they were all the same game. I mean, the one I really played the most was 2005 because they added dairy. You know what I mean? They added dairy in FIFA 2005. So I played that a lot. But all the games were the same. But even if they've made the tackling work better and stuff like that, that's very easily done in a patch. Like, very easily done in a patch. It shouldn't cost £40 per unit.
But you're missing the point. Is like, why patch something for free when you can get it for 40? When you can do it, give it a full retail release, change the date, update the teams, polish everything a wee bit more, and get 40 quid for it.
But
you know,
it's more the per business practice of it than the actual game I'm getting at here. Really,
I mean, it's definitely it's a good business structure, but it's bad for their fans.
Sell it as a £10 fucking optional DLC.
Which is more of a viable option now that everyone has internet.
Aye.
Well, in the great big press conferences, like I think it was the Xbox One press conference, or at least maybe the EA press conference, around the time they were doing the console, where they were showing, these are all our sports games, and these are all the technology that's in between them. There's the animation tweening, there's the high motion capture, there's the whole AI, and they said, tech. And I go, it's football.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
That's the problem. Football games now, the core gaming is fine. The controls work great most of the time now. It's just the football plays fine. So what else? They can't make the game better. So they make it prettier.
The hair flows naturally when he does a 360 turn. You can see the sweat fly off, and it's like, I don't need that.
I mean, whenever they brought in the why are we getting the sports game so much? But whenever they brought in I know I'm a silly bastard. I regret this. But whenever they added the feature where, like, you could flick the analog stick and you would do a trick, I mean, that was fantastic. That was FIFA 05 as well, I think.
Wow.
Why am I complimenting them now? No, next topic. Does anyone have any, like, projects coming up soon, or going to be doing anything fun soon that people can watch or see and stuff of that nature? Again, I'll go last for this one.
Well, I went first last time, so it's up to you,
Okay,
baby.
well, I was planning to do a lot of late night through the night streams on Twitch, which I might actually get onto tonight.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for like 8 to 9 hours throughout the night in prime US time. Because being in Europe, I cut out a lot of the audience. But I've also had a lot of ideas that I want to do, maybe on stream, maybe not, which is things like video editing, level design, mod development. Nothing, anything big, like Torchlight's 2 levels, strange things like that. But each time I want to start something, I run into roadblock and then think, oh, I don't know how to get by that on something else for a while, and then never go back to it. I have a sketchpad that's like 40 pages long of just like level design and sketches and puzzles, and nothing's ever going to come from it. But I do want to start doing little projects to as little milestones,
Sure. I mean, I don't know how. I'm glad you were saying about different games and stuff, because I mean, like, I imagine 9 hours of Minecraft would be a bit brain melting.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, about you're saying about the US times and European times and stuff, I kind of noticed that. I don't know if Garrett does, but I know Bebsey, both you and me know Cilantro. So,
Yeah.
I started watching him. It was probably about a year ago from now. Whenever he was basically his times where he would start basically when I woke up in the morning, and he would end when I was going to bed, or sometimes still be going when I was going to bed. And I've noticed that, like, since I've kind of stopped watching Sil maybe 8-9 months ago, whenever I go back occasionally, his viewer base hasn't grown at all since he switched to US time. So I don't really know if the other one's more beneficial or not.
It's because he's dropped Minecraft. Seriously, it's the entire audience was Minecraft. There's a few core of us that have stayed with him, but then he's now switched from playing for like maybe 5 or 6 hours a day. He'll do a 1-hour broadcast on weekdays where he just talks about
the game curriculum thing.
Yeah, the game curriculum and things like that. It's like what he does is interesting when he does it, but it's for 1 hour each night during times when other, say, more popular, well-known people are streaming, like Man vs. Game and Dan's Gaming, things like that. So he's cut out the game that brought in the audience, which is entire debate on itself about whether they're to see the game or to see the caster.
Yeah.
And he's not broadcasting for a very long time.
Well, I mean, are they there for the game or there for the caster? For me, it was a little bit of both. I started watching after he had stopped playing Minecraft, so I had no idea he was a Minecraft guy apart from seeing the avatar. I had literally no idea, but whenever it became every single stream he was doing, he was just playing Dungeons and fucking Dreadmore. That's when I stopped. So it was. So I don't know. It was a bit of both anyway, for me personally.
I don't know. I'm
so
thinking
I was a subscriber and everything, as I think you were as well, Bebsy. So I mean, I was all for being there, but
I still am a subscriber, and I've been able to watch him in the past couple of months.
Yeah, jeebus. I mean, I got the point where I subscribed in November last year, and I got a job in January, and this is while he was still doing European times. So he was streaming while I was at work. I didn't get to watch, so I unsubbed, and I sent him an email, and he replied and stuff, and it was all nice. But I just haven't. I would love to start watching him again, but if it's just going to be like Dungeons and Dreadmore, I'm not in.
you see the way you're saying about, like, is it the game or is it the fucking, like, the guide on the channel that gets you here? Like, Halloween was passing and my girlfriend was all to me, what do you want to do? And I was just all, this might sound sad, but I want to play Silent Hill again during Halloween. She's all, that's a bit gay, and I was all, shut up. So I was all, fuck it, you know what? I'll not play it. I'll watch a Let's Play. I'll do the easy way out. So I found a Let's Play, and it was a guy. Have you ever heard him called PewDiePie?
PewDiePie. Oh yes, I quite like him. Yes.
Yeah.
I if I could push anyone into a fucking burning hole, it would be that guy.
Well,
How
Gary,
the fuck?
Gary,
No. How the fuck can you watch that guy? How can you watch what? What?
well, a few points. Number one, he has just moved to London, so you can do that.
He has
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah, very, very recently.
field trip.
Death trap.
Number two, I don't like any of his horror game coverage. None of it at all.
He has the personality of a fucking porcupine tree grenade.
No, he sucks at horror game coverage, but that's where he got his audience from, because he would play games like Amnesia and Silent Hill and just scream like a bitch, and I never watched those. But if you really want to get the guy watches vlogs, right, and watch him play fucking Happy Wheels, your life will never be better than watching him play Happy Wheels. I can guarantee that. But yeah, his horror game coverage, it wasn't for me at all.
I like watching the compilation clips of maybe like some of the most famous scares and things like that.
Yes.
Those I enjoyed, but you're watching like 18 videos of him going down a corridor going. It's like, I saw the last video. Can we move on?
Like,
and
I
link them to someone else, and they'll find them hilarious, and they're subscribed and happy as pie. And like, well, if that's your thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'll stick with the Game Grumps. Thank you very much. I'm fine.
You see, I'm a difficult person to please, because if I like, sometimes I'll be watching a Let's Play and there'll be nobody talking. No, the guy who's playing it won't be talking, which will bug me till it ends the earth.
That
and then I'll be watching.
That shouldn't be on the internet.
Why should that not be on the internet? If you're watching a Let's Play, surely you're watching it for the game, not this fucking Neanderthal talking over it. Like,
no, for me, the 80% of my enjoyment from Let's Plays, well, not 80%, that might be an exaggeration, but a lot of it is from the narration. I'm not necessarily looking for, again, speaking of PewDiePie, someone to run around screaming for 20 minutes, but a lot of it is for the narration for me. Again, if I want to watch a narrationless Let's Play, I'll just play the game myself.
but sometimes you don't have that option. That option is nothing, so the only thing you can do is either emulate it, which is illegal, or you could watch it in Let's Play. So you know, like when it comes to it, like, you have the choice. Don't get me wrong. There's some Let's Plays out there who the guy is, when he's talking about the game, and he has a nice mellow voice, and it's like
Yo.
And it's like when there is stuff like doing, so like they're grinding up with if it's an RPG, he's just doing level grinds, like, and he's just talking. No, it's just going off on a tangent, like. But no, it's still like easy to listen to. But I just found that PewDiePie's voice guy,
Well,
like.
I agree with you 100%. See, in his horror game coverage, it's like, no, please shut the fuck up. I'm glad, to the best of my knowledge, he didn't Let's Play Amnesia 2.
I'm still subscribed to him. I don't know. I should take it off sometime. Back when he was like good, quote unquote, still okay and good, but
You subscribe to a guy who you considered still okay. It sounds
at the time it was like, oh, this is, every week something interesting would come out, and I go, oh, okay, I'll check that out, and then it just went more and more of the same thing, and then I just didn't unsubscribe at the time.
It does seem like at time that when you see it for the first time, oh, this guy's pretty cool. It's pretty like weird to see a guy who's really easily scared playing a horror game. But then you're like episode 23, and you're getting out of the game, and you're just all, for the love of Christ, it's going to jump out. Just stop talking.
Well, PewDiePie does something that really pisses me off with Let's Players. Again, that's why I like to watch him. I like to watch him play Happy Wheels and vlog. But he speaks during cutscenes. And that does
no.
if I had a vagina, he would have it done in with that, like.
Why would you? You're
no.
Is that not like a fucking a definite no? You never speak through a cutscene.
You do not speak through a cutscene. I mean, half the time I mute my microphone come cutscenes when I'm Let's Playing.
I've threatened to kill people in my own home for talking when I'm watching a cutscene.
Exactly.
It's like skipping a cutscene in the start of a game. You never do it.
Aye.
Why would you pay 40 quid to not know the story?
What I don't like, do you see when you're playing a PC game, and the initial cutscene's starting up, and you're like, right, I need to pee, and then you press escape to pause the cutscene, and it skips it, and you're like, right, I'm going to end my life.
Oh,
I'm going to end
God, that's so annoying.
See, I don't PC game. Well, I don't anymore. I used to, like, when my PC gaming started and ended with RTSs, like so.
But I mean, even with console, you press start to maybe pause the cutscene because there's a lot of them where you press start or escape or pause or whatever, and the option will come up skip or resume, as opposed to just skipping it and going, here's your loading screen. So that annoys me.
But then you leave the loading screen until the cutscene plays again.
Touche.
That's the. To be fair, even if I've just put on a new game and the cutscene's starting to play and I have to pee, I'll sit through it.
Nah, you'll be like, I can endure.
I just be all fuck it. I'm not going to pee myself, like, so I'll be fine.
For the upcoming projects and stuff, Gary, do you have any shorts or anything coming out?
You see, from one of my classes, I have it's called, I'm doing air quotations here, artist, film and video.
I see.
Which is basically art, and it is what I'm doing. It's like, because we're getting a lot of third party surrealists, so it's like Maya Darren and Dali and all their works with video.
Ugh.
And it's no, it's good. It is nice. It's reverse. It's like some of it just has no meaning, but that's a meaning, but it's meaningless. It's just like no kind of anti art and anti fucking structure and anti everything. But like, I'm kind of trying to. I'm doing now. What I've been doing is I've been writing a dream diary, which has been very difficult. No, just kind of trying to keep myself, because I want to make a film based on my dreams. But like, I've been doing my dream diary and I've been reading it. And when I get up in the next morning, I'm just like, it's just like, even if I was a fucking millionaire, none of this is feasible, because it's like, my dreams are like the last dream was me pulling up to my old high school back in Ireland in a double decker bus. And then being confused because it's in the main hall, instead of just being people, was all Formula 1 sports cars.
Well, I mean, in fairness, up to the point where the Formula 1 sports cars happen, that is very doable.
It's not, there's like one, it's not even, it's like the place where the bus pulled up in my dream. There's no road there. I would have to kill people to get there.
I mean, I could get you the bus, I could get permission to film in the school on a weekend, but yeah, no sports cars.
The problem is that the school's closed down now, so
was it St. Pete's?
It was St. Pete's. It's one of those places. Like, it's one of those places you should take advantage of, because there's a medium to low budget horror film just waiting to be made. Like, no, seriously, it's like that. Even during the day, that was a creepy place. Like,
even the staff were a little bit creepy.
I think they were all ghosts.
Good news! I have unsubscribed. There we go. I have achieved something that, for me. Woo! I shall celebrate by having an after 8 mint.
You deserve it.
Is it after 8 though?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 10:15.
Loving the UK time of
good old Paris time.
Ooh, gay Paris.
Yes.
Oh my god, the French noise.
I was on
my
Paris,
mustache, but I shaved it off week.
I wanted to do that Movember thing, but mustache doesn't happen on me. The rest is fine, but the mustache part just doesn't happen.
I was doing that, but unfortunately, without getting into too much detail, I'm currently in some kind of clinical depression, and I was on my pillow and the hair on my face, and I just in the middle of the night shaved it all off. Went back to bed. The next morning, I was like, wait, shaved? What's going on? I couldn't remember shaved. And then, so I'm on all kinds of pills. But, it's... it's a thing.
I'm doing it, but I'm not going for the whole November thing, because I can't grow a mustache. I can't actually grow facial hair at all, so I have just not been shaving. So I kind of look like someone during the night has super glued pubes to my face.
Well, I mean, with your hair and stuff, you do look a little bit homeless.
And the fact I live in the street, like, does add.
Things I grow the mustache part, I grow the chin part. I can't do the side parts. It looks a little bit weird, and I live next to a elementary school, and they probably want to have some kind of alert out on me. It's like, yeah, people are looking at me strange.
That guy in Paris, I know, I remember you.
It's that guy with the mustache beside the primary school. That's the one. I mean, on the topic again, for the upcoming projects and stuff, there's more than I would like to have, essentially. It's the point where I sit down and I'm like, right, I could do any of these 7 things now. Which do I do? And then I end up doing none of them. There is. I have to finish recording voice acting lines for a friend of mine wanted to record a Pokemon Fire Red Let's Play, but have people voice act every line of dialogue in there. And I'll be playing Giovanni, and I'm like half done my lines. I need to finish that. I think that'll be fun if he edits it well and it comes out good. That'll be worth watching, I think. I think he's voice acting the character he play as himself, so that should be kind of fun if it happens. I'm actually filming and directing a music video on Sunday, and I'm really nervous. I get this, like, do you see when it comes to recording anything with like an actual camera, I get really, really nervous of this is going to look so good on the camera, and then I'll put it on the computer and it'll all be just slightly out of focus. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because that won't go down well.
But you're using like your 60D and your what's your other one?
I only have the 60.
You have the 60D, but you have an 1855. Like that, if you keep if you drop your it goes up to what, 3.5? The average you're setting. So you should everything if you do a live view when you're filming, like you'll see in a mile away if anything's out of focus. Like
hopefully so. And then what else?
I think.
Go ahead.
I think this is why I enjoy my design and software delivery so much, because I will 3D animation instead. So I don't have to worry being out of focus or people in the right places, because I can tweak it as I go and change this, that, and that. And if something goes wrong, you don't have to call people in to refilm it again. You just have to spend another 4 to 8 hours re-rendering a picture.
Yeah, true. I mean, that's a kind of skill I would love to have at some point. Like,
it's not that there. It's the more you film stuff, the more you get accustomed to the there's going to be a time now you're going to have that 60. You're going to have your 60D for a year, and then you're just going to be using it one day, and you're going to go home, and you're going to put it away, and it's just going to feel weird that you're not going to have it in your hands. You're not going to have it in your back.
I worked on a film in April, August. Sorry, not April, August. At the end of August, and it was a 3-day shoot from 6:30 in the morning till like 5-6 at night every day for the 3 days, and I was assistant director and second cinematographer. And whenever I came back to my normal job then, like the following week, and I was walking around doing what I considered my job, but I didn't have a camera in my hand, it felt really fucking weird. Like, it felt really out of place. But the guy who wrote the movie and directed the movie, actually, that I made in August, he wrote this music video coming this Sunday. And then next Saturday, I'm actually going to Belfast to work on his next project. I can't say anything about it yet, but I'll give you all the title as a hint. It's called Double or Nothing. And it's a short film.
Definitely has nothing to do with gambling, anyway.
It actually not financial. Anyway, I can't say anything else. But there's no money involved in the gambling.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, there's no money involved in the gambling. But I mean, I'm sitting here hyping up this next movie that we're recording, and they haven't even finished fucking editing the first one yet.
may never see the light of day.
So,
God bless.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the future when you cable into your head and just, or whatever you imagine is then what ends up on the screen, and then everyone's a fantastic editor, and because that's really my problem is you see it in your head and yet you can't put it onto the screen how you like it, which is why half my game design levels. They've gone well, and they've kind of been made to a high quality, but it's not what was in my head, so I trashed them, which is kind of a strange disorder I think we have.
Which I think it's kind of opposite for me, because when I film something, I always kind of I'm trying my hardest never to have a shooting schedule, because a shooting schedule always gets in your way when you're there and then when you're kind of trying to do the stuff. So I just kind of have a rough idea in my head. And then I shoot the edit, because I always edit my own stuff. So when I shoot the edit, I kind of have a rough idea of what it's going to look like anyway.
Yeah.
Which actually, it's easier.
I actually forgot to ask, Gary, do you want to edit this music video?
I might as I'm doing. When's it going to be done for?
They haven't even finished the song yet. It's only in the demo stages, but we can talk about that more in depth off the podcast. But you have an editing gig,
Yay. Son. Yes, son.
The band is actually... I may as well give the band a promotion to anyone who's listening to this who doesn't know who the band are. The band are called Celine, and they're from Northern Ireland, and they're
Is that that band you sent me? Yeah.
Probably.
Nightwish 2.0.
What? Yes. They're getting big. Basically, they have.
They have that kind of sound that is really like, after kind of Nightwish told Tarja they slinger hook like a kind of a hole in the markets. A niche. There's a niche there.
Well, I mean, they've released one EP, not even an album yet. They've released a 6-song EP, and they have 3 record label offers and a European tour offer on the table. So they're doing something right anyway.
They have a sound that people are looking for, like so.
The song is in the demo stages. Actually, I'll let you two listen to it after the podcast, so you can be privileged. The song will have like you've heard a bit of their music before, Gary, where with the female lead vocals. The demo only has the male vocals, which will barely be in the final version at all. But I'll let you hear it.
Yeah, well, the woman had the stronger voice anyway, like so that would make sense.
Yeah. Other upcoming projects that aren't like physical film related. I have to record episode 3 of my Minecraft Let's Play. I've started a Singularity Let's Play months ago that I haven't used. I was watching your fucking your Let's Play on this morning. I was watching it. I finished doing it about 1 o'clock. So I was watching your 2 Minecraft because you had like a 5-second teaser video. Yeah. It's coming. And I was like, ooh. And then watched it was all, it's just Minecraft, alright. I mean that's kind of back to the whole game versus broadcaster argument, because Minecraft videos are normally on average, unless a video gets particularly popular for some reason, one specific video. Minecraft is my most watched thing, and that's where most of my subscribers have come from. Is Minecraft.
But then because you know that Minecraft's your bread and butter, you should always have Minecraft as your primary. Everything else should be secondary towards like what's coming out, because if everyone's here being Minecraft, and then you're like doing a Singularity and it doesn't get as much views, but like you show it should. I don't know.
I mean, the Singularity Let's Play is actually done really well, considering there's only 2 episodes of it, and I fucked up the sound on both. But the same thing basically happened with Minecraft with me as what happened with Syl that we were talking about earlier. I was unemployed for like 9 months, and I would wake up and the first thing I would do every day was record a Minecraft episode, and I got like a lot of subscribers from that, but then I got burnt out and stopped playing it.
It's one of them things that you need. It's same everybody. Like it's like if you get to the point now where you're comfortable making your videos, like you can sit down for 2 hours, like get a video nailed, edit it for an hour, and have it up that day. Yeah, it's like that could be your day. You get 95.
That's what I was like. So it was that's how Minecraft was, and then it got to the point where I would turn it on, walk 2 steps, and go, I have no inspiration to build anything, and I would just turn it off. And I tried adventure maps, and that lasted a while as well. That gave me an extra few months of it, and then I played one that had tons of jumping puzzles on it, and just gave up.
But you see, that's why you should come to like my sort of like the second you sit in Minecraft, and you should just think, you'd be all, how big can I build a deck, and then just go build a massive cock and just see how far it goes. Because who's not going to watch that? Like, who's not going to watch you build like a 3-dimensional, 70-tiered, like fucking massive erection?
Would you watch that, Bebsey?
He's unsubscribing as we speak. He's also
I imagine it being those like viral things, like it's like 20 seconds long, and it's just you start at the bottom and you pan up to the dramatic 2001 music.
That'll take more than 20 seconds.
And then you reach the end and like dynamite explodes at the top or something. But
no. What would you do? You would have to. Oh God, it's difficult. No, because nothing's really white. So like, the closest thing you can have is like water or lava, because like lava's cool. People like lava.
Yeah. I'm the opposite of my Minecraft stuff. Is I'm not burned out, and I will always sit there and play. Watch. and yet you have tons of viewers. I think it's because there's a difference between watching someone play a shooter where you have to get from A to B and shoot people in the middle. That's a linear progression. That level is going to be almost the same for everyone. But Minecraft's so open that you're gonna see something different almost every time you see someone.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that completely. I actually cancelled my Bioshock Infinite Let's Play for that exact reason, that whatever I was doing in it was the exact same everyone else was doing in it, and I couldn't make the narration interesting because it was just the exact same that everyone's seen before, so I cancelled it.
Well, that makes sense, but for me, because obviously 90% of the time, because the kind of situation I'm stuck now, whereas I am consoleless and I am with a computer that isn't PC game friendly, is probably the best way you can put it. And like if I've seen the first probably 2 hours of play of Grand Theft Auto, and I know it's going to be different for me, but I suppose that's off on a tangent. Grand Theft Auto is kind of one of those open sandbox free roaming game where you don't really know what's going to happen, and even though the missions are the same, how you take them are different. But Minecraft for me, I was like, I had like a second one to Minecraft myself, and I was just all fucking, I wouldn't mind getting Minecraft because it'll play on this.
Yeah.
And I was just watching because like for me, I could never understand how the electronics worked, and the pistons were like fucking gobbledygook to me. And I was watching a guy like making the Batcave, where like this waterfall that would get cut, and he would go on and he would press like a secret button. I was all, how the fuck do you do that? So how do you even know that can be done? It's like, what? It's like I'm talking to crackheads here.
I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom, but you two can keep going. I'll be back in like a minute.
Can I start singing? Wait, you never answered my question. Can I sing her? What an asshole. Ah, fuck.
I imagine there's going to be an edit point so we can say whatever.
I hope not. I hope the world can hear how much of an asshole he is. Just that's what I want to hear.
And out of game release yet.
Eh?
And one of the ones that is called Haunt, coming on for Xbox One and Windows. I've no idea its audience. It's from T-Bond that LA. And there's apparently one screenshot so far that's of nothing really interesting at all. So it's set in Shanghai in 1936, and it's called Horde of the Orient. And it's like, I have no idea what the hell that's supposed to be. I think they went on name alone.
What I want to know is whatever happened. Remember the technology Noir was using, like the 3D face recognition, where like you could tell if a guy was lying. It's like that, they've used that for Noir. I think they used a button Grand Theft Auto. Like, but bar that, it's been like a kind of no one's mentioned it since.
But it seems very, very a specific purpose. It's like, we need to have facial recognition if we're going to have something that needs facial recognition. Like you're not going to have Call of Duty 7 have the thing you do, but things like adventure games. I want to call it an adventure game just for want of a better word, but that has purpose for using it. And then there's ones like David Cage with his Beyond Two Souls and all his games. That one seems like it could use that kind of technology, but
it does. I'm pretty sure it did use the whole 3D fucking scoping. Just they kind of, because I remember there was a whole like kind of the internet blew up because for some strange bizarre reason when they were 3D rendering Ellen Page, they 3D rendered her entire body. So guys had hacked the game just so they could get like a full view.
I just caught the tail end of that conversation. Have you guys seen those photos?
I have, of course. I have.
Wait, what?
I have them on my computer.
I have not. Are these easy to find? Is it on Google? What's going on?
You could Google just Beyond Two Souls. Sure.
I think she is like suing to try and get those down, but like.
The same way Beyonce said she didn't want those photographs circling the internet.
Well, he did. Freaking David Cage did the same thing in what's it called? Heavy Rain.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah, charity. Why? Well, yeah, just because.
I'm trying to think. I had this thought while I was on the loo, as you know, a lot of great thoughts come that way.
Flux capacitor was thought about that like that.
Exactly. Have you ever had a game you were not interested in at all, watched a let's play of it, played it and loved it? Because that exact thing happened to me with Skyrim. Before Skyrim came out, I tried Oblivion, and I didn't like it at all. I was like, this is poo. Then I watched a few parts of a Skyrim let's play, got the game, loved it. 2 months later, I have a Skyrim tattoo. Has that happened with anything for you two?
I'm trying to think if there's a bit that I've really had that with. There's one that I'm not going to want to, but I will watch things like the Dead Space games. I'm not saying I get bored of jump scares and things like that. So I've watched everyone play the Dead Space 2 and 3. I've watched them play Outlast. I've watched them play Amnesia. But I'm not going to play them myself.
Sure.
It's not quite the answering that same question, but I don't think there's been a game that I've had that situation where I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, tried it, and then did. I've always known straight away whether I'm going to want to play that or I'm not going to want to play that one.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Island. I watched a Let's Play of Dead Island and I was all, oh please, that looked fucking dreadful. And then played it, was all, oh my god, this is fucking awesome.
Well, that's kind of the opposite then, like the direct opposite of.
Yeah, like you're like for the full. I can see why you don't like Oblivion, because I thought Oblivion was a difficult game to get into.
Well, I mean,
I enjoyed it myself.
I played Oblivion in 2011 for the first time. It didn't stand up graphically, you know what I mean? And then,
But that's not a breaking point, is it?
Well,
Graphics.
Well, no. What happened to me was I barely started the game. I walked into a dungeon by accident, and there were spikes in the ceiling. They kept killing me. I respawned. Skeletons started killing me in that same dungeon. I couldn't get out, and I rage quit the game. And for that, I assumed that I would have hated Skyrim, but I fucking love Skyrim.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, I have the Imperial crest from Skyrim on my wrist. You know what I mean? Like, I can't get rid of that cheaply. So, yeah, I mean, it really completely changed my impression and idea of the game.
I still need to finish Skyrim.
Damn.
Well, it's cold outside, it's dark, I don't want to sit inside and watch big snowy mountains. I might save that for the spring. And of course there's always things like mods you can do to tweak things up, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I bought Skyrim on Christmas Eve to like have something to play over the Christmas period, and on I think it was actually February 1st I got the final achievement in the Xbox, and went and got the tattoo like 2 days later. Those are the on-page pictures, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have those.
I already have them. I don't know why I'm like taking them. I've seen the video. Like,
There's a video of it.
There's a video of a guy who's on his PC and he's kind of just showing the scene, but from panned out further.
I see.
We shouldn't be talking about this as a friend.
No, we're going to get sued.
Get sued, man. I like it.
If anyone's watching the video version of this as opposed to downloading the audio version,
you aren't seeing these photographs.
You can see these right now on screen. Nope.
Holy shit! I forgot how well it was done. I don't know. A lot of people seem to have that thing for Ellen Page. I'm not really fussed on her because I seen Juno and it's just all. Did you like Juno?
I thought it was okay.
I thought it was so. The writing made me want to fucking punch somebody. It's like, oh god, this fucking script is so full of itself. Go away. Which it was. Like, it was like unashamedly full of itself. And do you know who the girl who wrote this? Do you know what else she went on to write?
Mm-hmm. What?
Well, have a guess. Which this woman went on to write.
PewDiePie's Life.
Jennifer's Body.
Fuck. I mean,
same person. Same person wrote Jonah wrote Jennifer's fucking body.
Jennifer's body was like okay. Oh, funny story about that actually. I saw Jennifer's body in the cinema because why not? And there was
bigger, the screen.
sorry.
That's bigger on the screen. You can see more.
See everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's in 3D.
I hit 3D.
And basically there was this old man in a trench coat who continuously moved seats for like the entire movie. Fairly sure he was, you know.
Well, if I was having, I wouldn't want to fucking come in the same place twice, like. What? Like if it
Well,
was
no,
big,
Gary, don't let your girlfriend hear that.
That's not. I mean, if it was going on in the cinema, you know what I mean? You don't really sit your old like your like that wet patch that you just made.
I love how you're like justifying his actions.
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying, if it was me, then I would do the same. To be fair, if I'm ever getting the point where I'm watching like that in a trench coat, cracking one off, like I'm just gonna, Peace Bridge,
Crack yourself off, just.
throw myself in front of the fucking 212, just.
Let's have a race. See who wins first.
Wow, what do you want to do now, or like is this after the show? You just want to say. That's absolutely disgusting.
I realised we did not discuss our most anticipated next gen games.
Well, we started when you went AFK for a minute. I was looking through not just like games coming out soon, but warming up but don't have release. And there's listed one I noticed was called of the Orient, which is an adventure game made by the people who did LA Noire. Team Bondi apparently, but I thought they disbanded. Maybe they reformed under another name. But they've also got currently for Xbox One, they've got Halo 5 and Halo 6 listed as in development.
Wow!
It's like really.
It's like the Nintendo version of flogging a dead horse, just like Mario Heist, never going to get a break.
I bought the only Halo game I have is Halo Reach, and that's because I was promised by a friend of mine that I wanted to buy it when I was passing through in the UK, and I bought it for him because it's fairly cheap. And he said, "Oh yeah, buy that for me." And when I was back, he was just left with a copy of Halo. I was like, so I played it, and it was good, but. I don't know. To me, it's if you like it, then fair enough. Take that. Enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
But
see, that's a problem. I actually really enjoyed Halo Reach. I thought Halo Reach was good.
Oh yeah, I liked it. I liked the fact that it was maybe a standalone story. I didn't have to have a deep investment in the previous games.
Mm-hmm.
I can appreciate it.
I thought it was better than 3. Like.
Unpopular opinions time, guys.
Well, you're like
ODST is my favourite Halo game.
ODST is great. ODST is fantastic. I had the most fun playing ODST. Because me and my mate, maybe had to collect the fucking stupid, I can't remember what it was.
I remember a collection level though, yeah.
But it was like the main mission. You had to kind of drive around and collect these, like, I think it was like the radio transmissions from like the map guy.
Oh yes.
But me and my mate were doing it, and I was on my laptop getting the locations for it. But me and him were going around like the quads. He was driving it, and I was on the back. And he was it was a brilliant memory. It's like the only memory I can remember. It was like I was telling him because I was like I had my map open. So all I could see on my Xbox was my map, and then on my laptop I had the map, and I was all, right, if you go left now, and he was all Gary, and I was all, just go fucking left, and I was all, why have you stopped? And I got out, I was all, for fuck's sake, just turn left, and he's all, I can't, and I was all, why not? And I put my thing, and there was like 2 hunters in front of us, and I was all, oh Jesus, I'm gonna get up there, oh shit, because they'd spotted us by then, and it was like on like the hardest difficulty, I mean, I'm just like, oh sweet Jesus. I
mean, I don't think there is a more gratifying feeling than like doing co-op and beating a Halo game on Legendary, like that's pretty, like, chest bump worthy.
I remember
There's harder games.
And I just remember the Xbox when it first came out, and there was Halo. We were playing at university with the housemates, and it was co-op because everyone was playing co-op, and we were running onto that final race to the end, and it was like you've got to escape within like 30 seconds or drive, and I was driving, and then my mate was in the back, manning the gun because he couldn't drive off it. And imagine point and we hit the car flying off into the void, and he just jumped out and landed on the end. So that might be my favorite Halo moment from Halo 1, and I've then been like, I don't care. I mean, I was lent 2 and 3 by my friends to play this, and it's like I don't get it.
It is like, for me, it's like Call of Duty 4 for the Xbox 360 was definitely my favorite shooter. But like, I hate to be that guy because people are like, "Oh, come on, what are you, 12? Call of Duty?" And it's like, no. Call of Duty 4 was great. Call of Duty 4 was poignant. It had like a story. It had fucking depth.
Which one's that?
Modern Warfare.
Oh,
The first, like before they just started being all, "This is a good idea. Let's keep making it."
FIFA
FIFA of Duty. That's how bad it's gotten. Here,
On to upcoming games again. There's
here, don't start upcoming games after drain the main vein.
Yeah.
Ready?
2 seconds.
We'll discuss slightly until you come back.
Yeah.
Slightly.
It's high, Bebsey. It's high.
I should. No, I finished my Coco thingy, but I'm just reading through the upcoming games again about what's coming on.
The only thing that I'm actually like properly excited about, well, there's maybe a few. I don't know. There's a new Lord of the Rings game coming out.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Where you play as like one of the ring wraiths, I believe. That'll be awesome. Hopefully, because Lord of the Rings War in the North was like did not get anywhere near enough credit. That game was great.
I find it. I like games where you play as the bad guy more.
Well, they're very rare though. That's the thing. But this one,
Well, that's
is going
the
to
tricky
be
thing is you have to have a story where it's a happy ending, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, as they always say in the like the movie business, it's can we change the ending? And they go, no, it defeats the entire point of the story. But people want to have a happy ending.
Yeah.
So to have a game where you play as the bad guy and then for some reason you have to still have a happy ending, does that mean you have to have the bad guy killed at the end? Does he defeat it?
Mm-hmm.
Does he redeem himself at the end? The choice says, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna save these drowning kittens." I do perhaps like stories that have maybe a sad ending or a bad ending.
Sure.
Japan does this a lot because Japan is God bless them. Anime, for example, there's Evangelion. That one has pretty depressing. There's Saikano, she the ultimate weapon. That ends on a perhaps one of the most depressing notes ever, and God, I enjoyed it. But I enjoyed it because no one in the West seems to do that. They all want it's in that whole dichotomy of it being, I'm the big buff American guy fighting for freedom, shooting the Nazis with a big. I've won the day.
Well, I mean,
it's like I've done that. Do you have anything?
I mean, on that tangent, I've actually had this debate with a couple of people recently about just the differences in the way the East do storytelling compared to us. There's not a single. Well, there's one. There's not a. Apart from this one, there's not a single like Western TV show, book, cartoon, anything that gets the kind of emotional responses from me that anime does. The only thing Western that's ever done it is, have you ever read Looking for Alaska by John Green?
I've never heard of it. No. That's about that.
John Green is one of the vlog brothers on YouTube. They organise that VidCon thing. It's their thing. But it's a book he wrote, and I'm not going to go into any details on it because I'll ruin it for people. Because again, as like Gary said earlier, I'm bad at describing shit too, so I won't. But,
Soylent Green is made out of people.
Yes, but I recommend definitely picking that up. But that book made me depressed for like 3 months. Like that had a really strong emotional response. But anime does that as well. Like there's no American or Western TV show. Even like I love Breaking Bad and Dexter. Even when they ended, I'm not going to say anything about the endings. But when they ended,
Because I 3 seasons behind both of them, so I'm way behind on those.
yeah, I'll say nothing. But even when they ended, their emotional response wasn't, even close to when any anime ends. See, even if the anime ends well and it's like the final ending, do you know what I mean? Even that is a better. I'm trying to think of the exact phrasing. It doesn't really matter though. But I just think that the East do storytelling, emotional storytelling, better.
Throwing out there randomly, I want to say perhaps the only thing that can come to mind is Leon, otherwise known as The Professional in America.
Brilliant.
That movie,
Absolutely brilliant.
By the way, that movie has that emotional involvement. It has what you might call a bad guy, and it kind of ends happily, I guess.
Yeah, well, if you're going to cherry pick your shows, and then you could say, oh, there's no Western shows that have fucking brilliant emotional like thing, and all animes are better. It's like, for one thing, you haven't seen every show, so you can't tell. You can only just go from your experience. I know.
Sure.
I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to think what show, like when it ended, I felt terrible. Twin Peaks. And I was just all.
Well, Twin Peaks ended. It ended surely, didn't it? Like it got to the point where it was.
It was like a season shy.
Cancelled thing. I think it got cancelled. And he had to end, so he like put it in a.
I think they ended it as the script was going to say, but like there was like a third season. It was just like people were just all. It kind of needs to see the light of day because it doesn't. You just like ultimate David Lynch cliffhangers. Just all. Oh, sweet mother Jesus! What happened?
But slightly coming back to dogs again, because I am a game centric person.
Yes.
Back in we always challenged to part of my game design degree. We were like given games to review out of the box. So here's the game, review it. What do you think? And there were games that people say were absolutely fantastic, and yet I would sit down and we play them and go, "This is terrible." Thing like Operation Flashpoint, for example, that came out the box. We installed it. We were, had to follow a guy. He disappeared in the middle of the forest out of nowhere. We're like, we can't follow this guy, and we were shot across the map from about 2 miles away through a pin-sized hole in a wall. We shot dead. This is terrible. And I was like, I don't like these games. And I'd liked to. One of our units was we had to make a mod game. And then on the map of that, and the three of us, we were bored of what games. Let's try something not silly, but I haven't done. And we just made a Wild West themed map tournament. In my my notepad, I had designs for all kinds of weird and wacky games. Essentially based on one idea I had was from the anime series Fooly Cooly. I don't know if either of you have heard of that one.
I haven't, but I think maybe I should check it out.
It's 6 episodes long from 19,000. It's the first one that was like digitally animated.
I'm not really kind of.
That's a loud keyboard.
That is. You sure you want to type your fucking
okay.
fists?
I will, if it's loud, I'll stop typing. I'm sorry.
Type.
Yeah, that's gonna be an edit point there.
But yeah,
Fooly Cooly, we discovered at university because we accidentally in the back of the pub we found out they had an anime club and we just snuck in, and then week after thing. But it's one of the shows that's completely and utterly. It's colourful, it's bananas, it doesn't necessarily make any sense unless you know all the intricate secrets behind it like I do, because I researched the damn thing. But I decided that I want to try and see if I can make some kind of game design document based on this absolutely bizarre show that makes no sense. And I did. I came out with a game based on bananas. And I think, can we have some more of that going on in the world today? But no, it's all like, here's Grey Shooter number 6.
Yeah.
But then there's
Grey Shooter number 6 sells 10 billion units, while Quirky RPG sells 100,000.
Yeah, I mean,
I love the Steam Greenlight is fantastic, and all the indie development as well, because you can get these tiny little games people put together. You know, they can be retro graphics because one, that's the current theme these days. It seems to sell. Two, it's easy to do, and they can actually push some of these crazy bizarre ideas and get them out there, and people go, hey, you know what, this is pretty good, and then someone else gets an idea and they'll come up with something more interesting. It'll just progress more and more and more. And I don't think the game I really want to see has been made yet. I think it's out there in the ether. Future, at some time next is going to make the item and say that is the consider art. Otherwise, it's going to be, and that game's good. That game's all right.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing's really encapsulated for me at the moment what I want from games.
Is it more of an RPG you're looking for, Bebsey, or do you not know kind of what genre that you want?
I don't think I'm really fast. The game design document I came up with was more of an action platformer.
What a dead genre.
Well, in a way, it came out in a way a bit like No More Heroes did, in a way.
Well, No More Heroes is more an RPG fighting game, isn't it?
Yeah. But if you meant the Fooly Cooly show, then it would start to make sense about why that would be. But
it kind of sounds like Catherine in a way.
Catherine was maybe going along the right lines about what I might be after from games, where it took a simple puzzle platformer and just went, you know what? It's not a simple puzzle platformer. You're going to have bananas going on instead. You're going to have some side conversations. You've got that on, and I think Persona might have done some of the same things with that particular way, where it's an RPG, but then you've got these little extra things on the side that doesn't maybe make sense to some people.
Yeah, I mean, back on topic slightly about the upcoming game stuff. I mentioned the Lord of the Rings game that I'm excited about. Slightly excited about Watch Dogs, but kind of a bit annoyed with them about the whole "lol, we're delaying it" thing. And I really want Fortnite to hurry up and come out. The Minecraft-inspired tower defense game by Epic. I kind of want that to hurry up and be released. Because tower defense is like my favourite thing ever, and I've always wanted a tower defense game with more customization in it, and that's what that's promising to hopefully give me. So fingers crossed for that.
Unpopular opinion, I can't stand tower defense.
Unpopular opinion, makes two of us.
To be honest with you, I believe that's a popular opinion. Not many people like tower defense. Like most tower defense games now are either like on iPhone or Sanctum, you know. But I don't know why it is that I like them so much. I just kind of do. Have either of you played? I can't remember the name of the thing. Scroll up. Anomaly.
I have seen it, and I wasn't really drawn to it. I think I've watched it. That's okay if you like that, but it's just not my thing.
Now there's Anomaly Warzone Earth, which I recommend avoiding like the plague. Like completely, it's shit.
Is this tower defense stuff you're fucking neck deep into?
It's a reverse tower defense game, dude. Reverse tower defense, where like you are the people who attack the towers. Like that's what happens.
Oh, someone called the fucking media press site with fucking revolutionists on our hands. It still sounds dreadful.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's like it's just it. It's kind of like those games you give to Chelsea. Well, look, just keep throwing numbers at that thing, and when it gets to 0, you've won. Or tower defense is the opposite. It's all stop these ones from turning your whatever into a 0, and you win. It's just.
I mean, obviously there's no story really involved with them, but
they do try though.
They shouldn't. To be completely honest,
really
I mean, they tried to add a little bit of story to Sanctum, and I was like, no, just let me shoot aliens with machine gun towers, please. That's all I want. That's all I want to do with my life, forever. Sanctum 2 I haven't even launched yet, but hopefully it's better than the first one. Hopefully.
See, the reason I don't like tower defense games aren't really. I know you're going to disagree with this horribly, but I don't see them as a skill game. There's not much skill involved. Being all right, I'll put that there. Maybe there's forethought. I'm just saying. Like, don't get me wrong. There's about a thing in it, but there's absolutely no skill. There's no hand-eye coordination.
I do have to disagree with that. So I mean, on the hand-eye coordination front, a lot of tower defense games were literally, you build your towers, and then you wait for stuff to happen. I agree 100% on that front, but in tower defense games like Orcs Must Die and Sanctum, where you actually have to play as a character as well, where it basically becomes either a first or third person action game with
Orcs
tower
Must
defense
Die.
in it.
Orcs Must Die is good. I played Orcs Must Die. Orcs Must Die is good, but Orcs Must Die has the kind of Orcs Must Do have like that kind of. It kind of does it too, because like you do have that kind of. There's some skill involved because you have the ability to attack, and you have the ability to let's say you have 2 traps set up. One fires it to another place, and then one fires it to another.
Mm-hmm.
We've like chipped away 90% of his health.
Yes.
So then you can attack it then and then finish it off and get the points. But like,
Yeah, so I
there's
mean,
a bit
my ideal tower defense game isn't necessarily fucking the balloons on the iPhone where you just like have monkeys throw darts at balloons. My ideal tower defense game is games like Orcs Must Die, and they exist, thankfully. But I mean, the games that I play more than anything else are RPGs. If I find a good fantasy RPG, I'm going to spend forever with that. Like, the Dragon Age franchise alone has taken over 300 hours of my life, and it will take many more before I die.
I liked the first Dragon Age, but like I said before, the Dragon Age 2 was rubbish disguised as good.
They disguised it very well, then.
They tried to, but the first one was really enjoyable. It kind of had a story. It had I don't know, maybe it had because it kind of had more free roaming. There was more of a structure to it, whereas the second one was just going through like this boring guy's diary. Oh God, I really didn't like that game. I paid money for it. Why did I give money for that?
I don't like how with the second one though they were advertising it as you get to play through 10 years of this guy's life, and then you play the first year, and then it skips to the third year, and then you play that, and then it skips to the 7th year, and then it skips to the 10th year, and you're like, I didn't get to play through 10 years of that guy's life, I got to play through 4. And, they build the character up as, he's the champion of Kirkwall, he's a hero, he's rich, whatever.
That's what
but you're
bothered me as well.
You're just a messenger guy.
You're a glorified mercenary?
Not even, you're
not even a good one.
Aye, really? Like,
you're a thug. You're just a thug. You kind of goes around and does other people's things until the game ends because you beat up the guys that people hate.
This might actually be one of the elements that I'm waiting for to come out in one of these future games that I will then actually say I like, which is where you might start off, as a small kid, you do things, and then as the game progresses, you get older, you grow up, and extra things happen.
Yeah, I would love a game like that.
I want to say Fable.
I was going to say,
tried that.
Oh, fuck you! Fable's awesome.
But
the first one.
The first one, yeah, and it's buggy HD remake.
Oh, the fucking! You mean the fucking 10 frames per second? HD manages to look worse than 10 years ago rendition.
I mean, the story behind that one, Bebsey, again, Eurogamer fail. After Watch Dogs let us down, there was like a 2-hour wait in the queue for Fable Anniversary, and we waited in it. Eventually, get it in and find out there was only 4 screens for such a popular game. Why they were only letting people play it on 4 screens, who knows? But everyone was like, why is the frame rate so bad? And they were like, oh, we accidentally brought a buggy build, we'll have a better one tomorrow. And I played it for like 5 minutes and just stopped, and then just watched Gary play for the rest of our demo time, and was like, I'm not queuing 2 hours again tomorrow just to play this non-buggily. You know, it's not worth it.
And I took a look on as well. The frame rate was just as bad.
They didn't even fix it. Well,
they didn't fix it. They were lying to you. It was one of those. Oh, it's a bug ball that'll be here tomorrow.
yeah, and I
But
mean,
it's closed tomorrow. Yes, exactly.
I like how, again, at Eurogamer, they were telling us, you know, yeah, look at this, you can play this on the PS4, you can play this on the Xbox One, but you were just playing dev kits on PC.
Exactly.
Like, they didn't even bother to try and hide the keyboards. The keyboards were still sitting there. And you're kind of like, no.
Yeah,
But that's
I'd like to see character progression. I'd like to see time progression.
Yeah, I'd really like that if it was done properly.
But yeah, it would take a lot of money, a lot of development, a lot of power, a lot of thought, and you got to then bring in the idea of like, do they want branching storylines? If you do this well, do you end up 5 years later on this town is profitable, or if it goes wrong, does 5 years later is it a wreck? What do you do?
Yeah. I mean,
Again,
I like the idea of a game like that doesn't really hold your hand either. Like you say, if you make mistakes, you're going to, like, you know, example, if it's, you know, you become like a mayor of a town or something like that. If you make mistakes, it's going to come to a point where you can't progress anymore.
But you see, what you're talking about here is Fable. Again, Fable did touch upon this in 2 and 3, but they didn't do it as a punishment for like fucking up. They've done it more as choices.
Yeah.
It was more moral choices. Like, if you fund this town, when you come back, it'll be because the money invested in this town, it managed to get up off its feet. But it kind of was the same kind of premise.
Mm-hmm. But they didn't make that, you know, like a central mechanic. It was just kind of a side thing you could choose to do if you wanted.
But it changed the whole environment of multiple places. Like,
True.
I might more appreciate hidden choices, ones you might not realize you're making,
Yes.
but then will have an effect.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned Deus Ex Human Revolution before. When I first played that up, and I was playing through that, and I was getting these options to upgrade and augment myself, to give myself certain powers in certain directions.
I think I know
And I was not actually upgrading my augments. I was trying to stay as human as I can, because in my mind, and as the game designer that I am, I would have had it so that the more augments you had, the game would then sway you more towards you're a pro-augment person, so the story is going to be pro-augmentation.
Mm-hmm.
If you stay away, if you stay as human as you can, the game will recognize that and give you a more pro-human personality and approach.
Yeah. Well,
And it was like hours and hours into the game that I found out that it makes absolutely no choice. And I was like, I was crestfallen. I was like, this was perhaps a missed opportunity that you can have, but of course it might have then interfered in the way of how the game works.
But then you see, the problem is a lot of games are glorified storytelling.
I mean,
Yeah.
there is, not to bring the same game up again, but there's been one game where there's been, like, I would sit playing that and sit for about 10 minutes on, you know, a dialogue choice, thinking through what might happen, and that again is Dragon Age Origins. I've sat for a long time choosing dialogue options and that, just to be able, but what if this happens if I pick that?
At least
It's the same with Mass Effect.
Effect,
Mass Effect.
if you you got a couple seconds to choose. Do you punch this guy in the face or do you shake his hand? You know,
Yeah.
if it give you a split-second decision, that's maybe a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
But sitting there and you do weigh out the pros and the cons, and you find out later on it just means, you know, you might get an item with a 1+ stat in that instead of something else. And you go, oh,
I mean, in Dragon Age, there's things as subtle as, like, if you choose the wrong dialogue option with one character one single time, or, like, you don't speak to that character individually at this one single time, like, you can't have sex with them later. You know, like, things like that happen in Dragon Age. I dig it.
Maybe we should stop trying to sleep with dwarfs.
Never.
Never.
Ogren was sexy. All right, Ogren was sexy.
The Bebsey give you some.
I couldn't hear you, Bebs. There, signal cut out a little bit.
So I said you sent something down.
It happened again, dude.
Oh wow!
Oh.
Just to say it.
What?
Am I still on?
Yep.
Okay, good. I kept wondering like it's gonna cut out or something. Oh well, but I'm trying to think what else is coming out that's kind of interesting yet also controversial. Let's
Manhunt
say
3.
Dragon Age 3 Inquisition.
That was not too bad.
Dragon Age 3. Well, they said yeah, fixing.
Yep.
So I've noticed that after a while my Skype tends to self-implode upon itself on voice calls. I think I might need to like completely reinstall Skype or something.
I think. You see, the problem is Skype are too busy focusing on their Facebook implementation rather than the core program, the reason people have it.
Ugh.
I know, fucking wankers. I'm trying to think what game I'm looking for. What do you call that company that made Gearbox? Gearbox were supposed to be working on a tower defense game.
Were they?
It was like a zombie apocalypse one where you had to go out during the day.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You collected the stuff, and then you built your tower, and then the zombies would come at night. But like, what the? That's just faded off in the obscurity.
They put out like a I think
was like
Epic were doing that as well. They put like a little CG trailer, and then that was it. I think.
Because it was like, I remember it was a big deal for a while. Like people were just all holy shit, and then absolutely nothing. Just like last I heard, it was like 6 months ago, at least.
Let's see if their website has anything going on. Games. They've only got one game in development at the moment, and it's marked as top secret.
Well, I doubt it'd be that game. Like if they're going to announce it, like I was saying, Mikey, biggest wanker you'll ever meet in your whole life. I swear to God, I'll tell you.
Your face.
Oh shit! I didn't hear you coming loudly.
I'm sorry, I can't help that my mic is uber sensitive. All right.
I can hear you think about moving in your chair.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
I've just noticed that there's on the Gearbox website that there's more shift codes to claim.
I've never once claimed one of those ever.
Actually, I think I already claimed. Oh no, these are new ones. So I've got like 32 golden keys. I've got the Halloween costumes. I've got all this stuff, and I just realised that they put out a new one for the loot hunt thing they just had.
I mean, that's like Borderlands 2 is another game that I was super hyped for and then didn't finish. That happened with Darksiders 2 and Borderlands 2 actually, and they both came out within a month of each other.
Is it wrong that I liked Borderlands 2 for the writing more than the gameplay itself?
No.
Yes.
I think the gameplay in Borderlands 1 was better than Borderlands 2.
Was it?
No, it was exactly the same actually. like exactly the same.
I found I'm a great fan of the writing, the comedy, the strange thought. That's why I like the LucasArts point and click so much. Is because they have the humor. They have some. They're not afraid to just go stupid. Like in Borderlands 2, you had a freaking diamond horse called Butt Stallion. It's like, yeah, fine, I'll go with that. Yeah,
I mean, I have a statue of Claptrap and that Marcus bobblehead looking at me right now, being like, "Finish the fucking game," and I might eventually.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people seem to after Borderlands 2 seem to hate Claptrap a lot, and that made me sad.
That's what in Borderlands 1, I didn't mind him that much, and in Borderlands 2, they kind of went out of their way to make him a complete tool.
Mm-hmm. Well, I liked him in Borderlands 2. I thought it was really funny. Like I really liked the Claptrap's writing. Really
especially in the Dragon Keep DLC, where he was a wizard character, and
He's just so good at it. Even the Claptrap's Revolution DLC for Borderlands 1, where like he tries to take over the world. Like, fucking Claptrap, cool son of a bitch.
I'm really. I'll become the unpopular opinion. I think Claptrap was and always will be a terrible character. He's just. He's like on a. He's just. Oh, I wish he would. I wish he would quietly go fuck himself so I wouldn't have to hear about it. It's like, oh. Just,
hey, minion!
It's just like, oh my god, you're just so. It's like a 14-year-old girl trying her hardest to be seen. It's like, yes, I see you. Now go away. I
think that was the point, though. Like, I think they did that deliberately.
What, they made an annoying character and people loved it?
Yep.
But he's more of a means to the end. He's not actually vital. He's just the guy that points you in the next direction in a way.
Yeah, and he opens doors and stuff sometimes.
Which is better than a pop-up saying, hey, why don't you go do this? You have...
I would much rather have a fucking key. A key would be quieter.
Have you seen the there was a behind the scenes like Borderlands cutscene they made about making Borderlands 2?
Oh yeah.
And it was like it was literally one of the funniest pieces of film I've seen in my entire life. But instead of going looking for that, I'm just going to recommend the College Humor. You know College Humor on YouTube. They've done an updated version of the Poke Rap with all 718 Pokemon.
No.
And they continuously make jokes through it about how the guy rapping it has been kidnapped, and they're holding his family, and if he doesn't finish the rap, they'll kill his family. And in fairness, he does finish it. But I mean, it's 9 minutes long. Put it that way.
Of course, it's 9 minutes long. He probably doesn't even say them all. I know it's the worst.
Oh, I think he does. I think.
You see, the problem is the Pokerap doesn't really go in numerical order, so it would be you'd have to have like a checklist. They're all
over the place, so they're all over the place.
So you'd have to go through a checklist.
Yeah. Also, we're down to the last 10 minutes of the podcast. I want to keep it under 2 hours if we can.
Is that all?
Yeah. So best games or favorite games you've played that came out 2013, guys.
I'm tempted to say BioShock Infinite, but that feels a little bit cliched, and it does have some flaws to it.
It does.
I'm trying to think of something original.
My answer is the least original thing on this entire planet.
The update to fucking Minecraft, just
Pokemon X.
I don't know. I've been out of the loop for like 4 months, so I'll have to.
Either Pokemon X or Civilization 5. Actually, I can't choose between those two.
I did play a part of Civilization 5. Civilization 5 was good. I don't know. It's because this was going to be like a fucking post on my Facebook, but I thought it'd be about too cheesy. But like, it's the second time in my lifespan that I'm looking forward to a game that might be called Tomb Raider 2. Because the Tomb Raider game, the reboot, was fucking brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
it was absolutely stellar.
I was thinking I should think of that one. Maybe in that case for this year I might stay, and it's a latecomer. I'm going to say the Stanley Parable.
Huh?
Because because of the writing. It's the writing for me of Stanley Parable is what really brings it up to me.
I'm very much in two minds about that game. I can't decide if I love it or hate it. I genuinely cannot at all. So my feelings on it are entirely neutral right now.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm kind of like I said. I've been out of the mix for a while now. I'm trying to. Let's see. Maybe was State of Decay this year?
Yes.
State of Decay was probably a game I got like the most enjoyment out of.
I want to play that a lot, but I haven't yet.
State of Decay was really good. Don't get me wrong. It's like it was like really difficult until you kind of got a grasp of what you were doing, and then it was like the fucking easiest game you'll ever play once you kind of know what you're doing.
So, kids, this is going to make this year seem like it's been a lot longer than it has. But Far Cry 3 came out this year.
Oh, of course,
Far Cry
maybe.
3, that's right.
Far Cry 3 came out last February, or this February, I suppose.
Really? I was playing it around Christmas time last year. Maybe it's just because it was cold. I just assumed it was Christmas.
I'm nearly certain it was a February release. I think it came out about a month before Bioshock Infinite.
Fuck, that was a good game too, hey?
Far Cry or Infinite?
Far Cry?
I mean, I was Let's Playing Infinite, like I mentioned earlier, and I cancelled the Let's Play. See, as soon as I cancelled the Let's Play, I finished it within like a day and a half. I loved it then, but when I was Let's Playing it, I wasn't enjoying it at all. But I loved it once I wasn't, like, having to narrate, going, bam, 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 I'm shooting someone. Like, I can only make that interesting for so long.
I don't know, like I said, like, I was really looking forward to the new Sim City.
Mm-hmm.
Until I seen it. And then I was like, oh my god, they've ruined their series. What happened? And then I watched more of it and was all, alright, they've really ruined their series.
Well, apparently the future DLC thing that came out was it this week, that apparently fixes a whole bunch of things, adds in a whole new features that actually starts to make it a good game again.
Well, hopefully they fix the fact of if you can't afford internet, you're allowed to play it.
Well, unfortunately, we've still got a very small town size, which is the huge complaint ever, is that you're trapped to how small your town can be. That is my main complaint about the game, is like, yeah, I'll have all this kind of stuff, and you find out you've got no room at all.
That's because they were too busy trying to focus on multiplayer. I remember that. They were just all about we want you to play with friends. People, if I want to play with friends, I play a fucking MMO. I'm not going to buy a city builder to play with people I don't like. So what the fuck's the point of that? It's like if I want to build a big city, I'll build a big city.
Yeah, they went. I think they went like the Diablo 3 route. It's like we have to have always online because then we get to keep everything fair and everyone's connected and But everyone's first question is, "Oh, the DLC is out. There's an offline mode in there." Well, like, no. Oh,
nope.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, those always online games. The reason they annoy me is that the same reason most people bring up is, why can't I sit on a plane or on a bus or something and play the games that I've paid for? Like, why can't I do that? I mean, I understand for their security reasons, their anti-piracy, authentication reasons, but there must be an easier way than not letting people play unless they can go on the internet.
At least for Diablo 3 there was a reason, because there was the real money auction house,
Yeah.
which was consequences to it.
Have they not scrapped that fucking pointless endeavour though yet?
Yeah, they're taking it out in March.
Yeah,
Good.
with the release of Reaper of Souls is supposed to coincide with the end of the auction house, which was a nice idea, but unfortunately,
no, it wasn't even a remotely nice idea. It was like we just charged them 40 quid for this thing. How could we possibly not change the game at all? Not actually have to give them anything, but still take their money. And then they went, "Oh, we can do an auction house for really rare equipment," and that's what they done. It had nothing to do with it. It had nothing to do with the people who were playing the game. It was all we need to have this thing continually pumping money, and they also, as if it's an MMO without the funding and the support behind an MMO, and that's what they done.
Before I go into a rant about how much I dislike subscription-based MMOs where you have to pay for the initial install of the game, I think we should end the podcast here. We're running just shy of 2 hours, and I think for the first episode, very few people are going to make it this far in. Anyway,
Wait, do you want to do the second one now? Because I'm half caught like.
no, I do not. Work in the morning.
I can keep going for another 10 hours. So,
You should live stream. I'll come lurk.
what should I do? Minecraft?
No.
I've been tempted to do Final Fantasy VII, but that seems like a bit of a large game and a bit dark at the moment. I want something light and fresh. Maybe Game Dev Tycoon.
If you stream Game Dev Tycoon, consider me there.
I'll do that then.
Deal.
That's
Cyber
right.
Shake on it.
I might wait until after Preox and Travel have done the forecast.
What time do they normally end at?
About 2 a.m. 1 a.m. your time, sorry.
Shit. No, I'll be in bed long before that.
Okay, well.
I'll be drunk before that as well.
Well, I'll round the podcast off then by giving everyone else some last shout outs. My channel is right here where you're listening to this. My Twitch channel is by the same name. Bebsey's, his Twitch channel is also by the same name, and I'll link to his YouTube description also in the description. What is your YouTube channel name again, Bebsey? My memory fails me.
Angry Cynic.
That's the one.
Wow.
There'll be a link to that in that box that normally contains the links. And Gary, do you want to plug the life out of yourself as well?
Well, I have a YouTube channel for my phones, but like, if it's more likely my name, but like I can't remember.
Well, if he finds out, guys, it'll be in the description. So
just put it in a wee fancy box and I can send it to you.
Grand. That's what
This
we'll
is
do.
This is going to encourage me to actually make some more videos now.
Yeah, do it. And if you also want to put a face to the name or a name to the face, if anyone has watched my my Eurogamer Expo montage video, Gary is the long-haired dude in a few of the shots. And the shots where he wasn't in, he was holding the camera. And I think that'll do it then, guys, for this episode. We'll be back next week talking more shit.
Does this mean I have to get drunk on my own now?
It does, you fucking loner.
Awesome. I mean, I don't like enemies anyway, so fuck off.
Yo, and with that, we are out. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you to the two people who came out and discussed games and things and stuff with me this evening. And we'll see you all next week, hopefully. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
Letters, kids.